Hello and welcome to wenll's Guide to doing Gara'jal in MSV normal as a hunter. So basically this boss, there's two phases. This phase, which is pretty easy, you're literally just DPSing, there's not really anything to look out for. And then when you have to go down under, actually there is one thing you need to look out for. If you get voodooed, then you're going to take if you get voodoo to like the tank or something, you're going to be taking damage, a lot of extra damage, so you might want to cast deterrence. If you notice yourself taking a lot of extra damage, you can kind of mitigate some of that. But outside of that, it's just pretty much DPS, DPS, DPS. Various people, your raid leader will call various people to go into the totem, to go into the underworld and kill the ads. Basically how that works is a totem will spawn, you, 2 DPS and a healer need to go into the totem's aura, and once you're all three in the aura, you need to kill the totem. So you can see there's a totem right there, there's some DPS and healers going in, and then once they're in, they'll kill the totem. When you've killed the totem, you'll enter the underworld, which is, you can kind of see, it basically looks the same as this, but there will be a bunch of ads you can see, and your job is to kill as many ads as possible before returning to the real world. Assuming your healer heals you up to full, you'll get a button which allows you to return to the real world, and you just want to press that when you have about 4 or 5 seconds left. And then depending on how long you're down under there, you'll get a buff which allows you to do more damage. But otherwise, in this phase, all you're doing is just DPSing, DPSing, DPSing. If you get voodoo dolled with the tank, you're just gonna cast deterrence to help mitigate some of that damage. And then you can see I'm going into the spirit totem, so I go into the spirit totem, wait for the other people to get here, kill the totem. Once the totem's dead, I'll enter the underworld, or whatever you want to call it. And then at this point, I'm just killing as many of these ads as possible, which it actually looks like there's a ton of ads up. And you just want to kill as many of them as possible before your little debuff timer runs out. You can see it over there. I got like 11 seconds, 10 seconds. And then once I have about 4 or 5 seconds left, I press the button and come back out. And then I'll have a buff that will last for 15, 18 seconds or however long, which lets me do increased damage. And that's all there is to this fight. At about 20% or so, you stop taking the totems down, and at that point you're just DPSing the boss, so no one else will take the totems. But not too bad of a fight. Just DPS boss. If you get called into the totem, make sure you go into the little aura and kill the totem, and then kill as many ads as possible, and then exit before your debuff timer runs out. And that's the entire fight. Alright, so I hope this guide was helpful, and thanks for watching.
Oh my god.
Fuzzy's fucking fifth weapon.